Welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. If you tuned into yesterday's vlog, I want to thank you for carrying over to today because yesterday was an echoey mess. Like I said, I didn't have an external mic, but I just got one, so hopefully it's going to help the audio quality a lot. So in today's vlog, I want to talk about something that's very, very, very important to me in my journey as an entrepreneur and just my self-growth journey in general and really stepping into my power as a woman. I want to talk about journaling. So I journal pretty much every day. Sometimes I miss a day. I'm not perfect with that habit. I'm not at all saying you have to be either, but journaling is something that has been very impactful in my life. It's helped me through every hard thing I've gone through in business and in life as well. So I would like you to meet my journal. She's been through a lot, okay? And actually, we're on our last few pages together, which is really sad. This journal has been with me through so much. It's been with me through several business challenges. It's been with me through a breakup that shattered me. It's been with me through rediscovering parts of myself that were abandoned for so long. It's been a transformational journey with this baby right here. But we do have to say goodbye soon. It's not going to be goodbye forever. I'm not going to throw this out into the abyss or anything, but it is time to move on to a new journal. And one thing with me is I'm very picky with journals because if I'm going to use one for a long time, it really has to speak to me. But at the same time, I'm the type of person who buys tons of notebooks and I'll use 1 or 2 pages and then never again. Call me wasteful, but that's just a dirty habit of mine. So instead of going out and buying a new journal automatically, I'm going to go through some of my old ones today and we'll see if we can find the perfect one to move on to once I have to say goodbye to this one. And also in this vlog, I am going to provide a free list of journal prompts for women entrepreneurs who really want to step into their power in 2024 and build an empire that people are obsessed with. So if you really want to clarify key and very important things about your brand and go full force on growing your brand in 2024, you're going to want this list because it's journal prompts that are going to provoke thoughts that you might not have thought of on your own. I almost said check the show notes, but check the description down below if you want that list of journal prompts because I'm going to put the link there so you can go ahead and access that. Let's go pick out my new journal and I'll also share some journaling tips for those of you who want to get into it in 2024. All right, let's go. Testing. So I'm about to go through some of my old stuff in storage and yeah, don't ask me why I have that. I've had like many random projects over the years, but I found a whole little box of notebooks. So much of my life and work history has been recorded in these notebooks. I don't even know what some of these would say. I'm pretty sure I was using this one at my last job. Yes. See, this is one of the projects I was working on at my last agency that I worked for. A lot of to-do lists. I'm really a list girl, as you can see. I love a good notebook. But as I was going through them, these are the ones that stood out to me. This one, just because it's gorgeous, it has a nice cover. It's a spiral bound, so it's easy to bend back. And I meant to be using this for the vlog, but we'll just put it over here for now. But as I was saying, this one stood out because I actually haven't used it that much. I was using it for some business stuff, it looks like, before, but I haven't used it at all other than that. As you can see, there's no other writing in here. So this would be a perfect one to use for the time being as my next little notebook. So this is probably going to be my new journal. I don't really feel inspired to go buy another one right now, so we'll just use that one. And then this one is another one that I used just a little bit. See, it says 21. That was 2 years ago. I didn't intend to be unveiling my deepest, darkest secrets in this vlog, but looks like that's where we're going. So this is another one that I used a little bit. Looks like I was writing some content ideas in here, but literally like nothing else at all. So this would be another good candidate for my next journal. This one I was excited to find because this is the OG journal that I was using when I first started my business. It says, "This is the beginning of a beautiful new chapter." I remember writing this. I remember getting chills as I was writing it. So, this Vlogmas journey has been interesting so far. Yesterday, I recorded 2 clips in which I was talking about those journaling tips that I told y'all I was going to share. So I just got this new microphone, like I said, and for some reason it didn't record any of the audio, but because it was plugged in, it deactivated the internal microphone on the camera. So I ended up with 2 clips in which I was passionately talking to the camera about journaling, but unfortunately, there's no audio. So now we're on day 3. I wanted to re-record those clips and talk to you guys about my journaling tips while I get ready for my day. I've got a big box of all the products I'm going to use, and we can redo that. So if you're somebody who has never really gotten into journaling, or maybe you used to do it a lot and you want to get back into it, I want to share some tips on how you can do that. Because like I said yesterday, journaling has been a really important part of my life and just my overall self-development journey, my journey as an entrepreneur, all of that. So my first tip is to get a journal that you really, really like. Maybe it has an inspirational phrase on the cover, or maybe you just like the design on it. It doesn't matter. Just one that you're gonna look at it and be excited to write into it every day. I'm the type of person that I love stationery, I love school supplies, I'm such a nerd about that, so I get excited about journals. If you're not the same way, just get one that looks cool and move on. In addition to having a notebook you like, you want to have a pen that makes it easy to write in the journal, because there's different tiers of pens, and as a stationery school supply lover, I am really picky about the pens that I use. So I personally like the ones that have more of a gel base, or a gel like a gel writing style, versus just a regular ballpoint pen like one you would use in school, because whenever there's more of a liquid flow onto the page versus just a regular ballpoint flow, there's less resistance on your hand, and I don't know, it's just more satisfying to me whenever writing with a gel pen, and I want the feeling of journaling to feel luxurious every time I do it. I'll go find one of my favorite pens and I'll link them in the show notes on Amazon so you can order some if you're interested in leveling up your pen game. Alright, so once you have the perfect journal and the perfect pens, you're ready to get started. And my next tip is just to not put a lot of pressure on it and just free write anything that comes to your mind. Kind of think of it like a brain dump onto the page. Some people, when they first start journaling, feel really overwhelmed by the blank page because they have no idea what to write. That's why my advice is just to write anything that comes to mind, whether it's ideas, thoughts, feelings, things you're excited about, things you're scared of, how your day is going. You could write literally anything. And this will get you used to writing in your journal at the very least. You don't have to do the deepest, darkest shadow work on your first try, because that could overwhelm you and make you not want to journal anymore. So it's good to start just by getting used to the habit of journaling. It's really important when you're first starting out and you want to make a habit out of journaling to make sure that you schedule time for it into your day. So for example, I'm a morning person, and because of that, I love journaling first thing in the morning, because if I wait until the evening, then I just won't get it done because I'll be exhausted by then. And whenever I'm tired, I get like brain dead tired, so I just can't really dedicate as much time to the journaling practice as I would want to. Now, if you're not a morning person like me, you're welcome to do it in the evening, on your lunch break, like literally, you can do it whenever is best for you in the day. But the reason I recommend to do it at the same time every day is because it's a lot easier to form a habit when you have something blocked into your schedule, like this is the exact time I'm gonna do this. It's just like going to the gym. Not saying that everybody goes to the gym at the same time every single day, but the people who do often find it easier and they have less resistance to doing it because they're like, okay, this time block is dedicated to my gym time, and then it's harder for other things in their schedule to get in the way. Journaling is the exact same way. So pick a time and stick to it, at least until you get more comfortable with it and it becomes more of a habit. So once you get to that point where you have less resistance to the action of journaling, then it'll be easier for you to incorporate it into your day without having such a rigid schedule. You don't have to write like 4 pages every time you sit down to journal. And this is super important to make it not feel forced, in my opinion. Whenever I sit down to journal, some days I will write 5 pages, some days I will write 2 pages, some days I will write 1 paragraph and that's it. And the key is to let that be okay, because you don't want this to feel forced. You want it to come naturally to you, and you want it to be an exciting and fun part of your day. So there is the aspect of discipline in which you commit to showing up to do the journaling, but I wouldn't put too much pressure on how long the page is going to be or how long you're going to write for. You could set a timer if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend setting a timer for longer than like 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, because then you're just going to be sitting there and then you're going to create unnecessary resistance, and you're not going to enjoy the journaling session as much because you're going to be saying, oh, when is my timer going to go off? When is my timer going to go off? And you don't want that negative resistance type energy around the journaling practice. Once you get more comfortable with journaling, you can start to use prompts if you want to do some work around a specific thing like shadow work or self-love prompts or building your business. You can do a lot of journaling around like clarifying aspects of your brand, making a plan to scale. All these really rigid and masculine topics around business can be great to bring to a journaling practice because it opens up the possibilities in your mind rather than just following the traditional step-by-step process of how you scale a business. Like I mentioned earlier, my journal has helped me through so many business challenges. It's helped me realize so much about my brand and myself and where I want to take my business. So if you're an entrepreneurial person yourself, I would highly recommend incorporating a journal practice into your routine. And like I said, if you want to grab those free journal prompts I mentioned, they're specifically for growing your own personal brand. So head to the description, check those out. I'll have the link there for you. 100% free. You don't even have to put in your email to access them. They're right there in the description when you click the link. But if you want a printable PDF version, I will send it to you. I have a little opt-in box there in case you want that download. If I've looked crazy this whole time, I apologize. We're just gonna do really neutral eyeshadow today. I normally do my eyeshadow before I do my concealer and powder, but I forgot today because I got so caught up talking about journaling. My final tip is to just simply keep educating yourself about journaling because journaling is a technique that's often used in mental health settings or it's used for self-development or spirituality. There's so many different angles that journaling can take, and by keeping yourself up to date on the latest techniques, what people are doing, strategies for achieving certain results with journaling, you can help fuel your own journaling journey. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end this right here because as y'all know, I'm one day behind on Vlogmas already. We're literally on day 3 and I'm already behind. So thank you for tuning in to day 2 and I will be back soon with our day 3 vlog. Bye!